Freelance fashion writer Liz Smith has designs on a local's favorite that's low on atmosphere but high on flavor. Full of fragrant Indian spices, it's called Lahore Karahi, and it's on O'Farrell at Leavenworth in San Francisco.
My name is Zulfikar Haider Guddu, and I'm owner of the Lahore Karahi. When I'm up in Pakistan, I'm watching my mom, and my mom is cooking at home, and that's why my cooking is totally home style. It's not commercial. That's why people love it. The customer might like my family people, you know. It's not like customer. That's why I love my people, you know. Eating fresh food, be happy. It's good relationship. And the people need freshness, healthy food, and quality. That's what the people got here all the time. It's really wonderful, you know. I love cooking, and I'm never grumpy, you know, never. Even I have a lot of work, stress, any problem in my life, but I'm still happy. Yeah.
Now, Liz, Lahore Karahi is easy to miss, isn't it?
It is. You would walk by and think it's any Indian Pakistani restaurant that you might see in the Tenderloin.
Right.
But you might smell the smells from inside, but you know, just by the awning and everything, you wouldn't think it was something really special, which it really is. But I wouldn't have found it on my own. I found it through friends, and at first I thought, oh, this isn't going to be anything amazing, but it really was, and it really is. I keep going back.
And what are your favorite dishes when you go?
I love all of their curries. Their curries are wonderful, but what I really love is the tandoori fish. It is so delicious.
And they're definitely known for that.
They're known for that,
exactly.
Especially with the locals and people who have been going for a long time. The tandoori fish is on every table. It's so good.
And they've got quite a few tandoori options as well.
They do. They do like chicken, they do lamb, they do all different kinds of things, but the fish is my favorite for sure.
Right. Now, when you went, JR, did you have the tandoori?
Unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to do the tandoori fish. Being that I'm not exposed to a lot of Indian food myself, what we decided to do when my party and I went, we wanted to use a lot of Indian staples, and so we chose like the pampadum for starters. We tried the samosas. Now, when they came out, they were a little bit overcooked, and we ordered several dishes, including the chicken tikka masala, which we totally loved.
Oh, good.
We wanted to try the lamb biryani, which is a rice dish, but you know, I mean, with wearing so many hats, being the chef, the owner, the busboy, the cashier, he completely forgot about it. And then
that happened also.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you forgot about it.
Well, they forgot about it. I didn't forget about it.
What was your experience when you went?
Well, it was it's a difficult neighborhood, I think, especially at night. So my 14-year-old daughter and I were going to the musical Rent, and so we thought so it was. So we were under a time constraint, and so a little bit I shouldn't have done that, but. The
Because
smells
not only
are great.
do you have to wait sometimes,
You have to
it's not a
wait,
quick
yeah.
place.
Yeah, it gets busy,
you might
and,
have to wait for the food.
What I
as
thought
well.
was interesting, I felt sorry for the waiter. He worked so hard. He looks exactly like the young guy in Slumdog Millionaire, which is it makes you feel kind of sorry for him. But the curries were really great. You're right about that. And the saag paneer is a spinach with homemade cheese,
like homemade cheese,
and pine nuts and all kinds of spices. That was great. I'd say the standout for me really was the naan. We had sesame naan, and we had one naan that was, well, it was filled with spicy mashed potatoes.
And they make it right behind there. You can watch,
see
actually. You can see them making
But
it
the
all
service,
fresh.
once again, it's hard to get his attention. We had to get up and go get our own drinks and that sort of thing.
That does happen there.
But it was funny that I would say half the restaurant were natives of South Asia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then the other half, we were on our way to Rent, and the crew looked like the cast of Rent in there. So it's a good place to fill up.
But it's actually named after Lahore. Is the second largest city in Pakistan.
That's right.
And the capital of Punjab, right?
Yeah.
And Karahi is a sort of wok that they use for traditional food. So it really is, I think, a gathering place for people from Pakistan, from India as well. Yeah. And when you had the chicken tikka masala.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Rich and creamy tomato-based sauce. The one dish that I really wanted to try was the lamb biryani. Unfortunately, never came out.
Oh.
Now you've obviously had that.
Yeah,
so
I've
tell
had
us
it.
about that.
It's really delicious. I'm sorry that you didn't get to have it, and that does. I have to say that does happen there. You kind of do have to self-serve a little bit.
Right.
You know, if they forget, you kind of have to go up and remind them. But I always go knowing it might be long, it might be short. You never know. But I know I'm usually not in a hurry, and I'm so sorry that they forgot your dish. But it's delicious. Little
It is
bits
your
of
fault,
lamb.
Liz.
I know. I feel.
We're holding you accountable, actually.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Could you please pay him back some money?
I will go make some for you right now. but all the dishes are so wonderful, and they're all handmade, and there usually is like one waiter, and sometimes your drink won't come right away. But I just know to go up and ask or remind them a few times. But that's hard if you're trying to catch theater, even though it's in the perfect location to go and have a pre-theater meal.
There's a kahari rice, I believe.
Yeah, the kahari
and
rice
chutney.
is really
Those
good.
unfortunately came at the end of the meal when you really want them with the meal. But
so
they
it
were.
wasn't
We took them
coordinated.
home, and that rice is really special.
Oh, it's delicious. It's
It
just
does
a
a great
rice
job
dish,
on it.
but it's so delicious. It's almost a dish on its own. But yes, you'd like to have it with your curries.
Oh, yeah,
You know, to go all
definitely.
together,
Exactly.
definitely.
But really, is it the reason that you keep going back and back, the affordability?
Both.
Compulsion?
The
Okay.
food, I just think the food is so good. You can go to a lot of Indian or Indian Pakistani restaurants, and they all kind of taste the same to me. And what I like about Lahore Karahi is the food all tastes really different. And it's such a bargain. I mean, hopefully your meals were inexpensive. So I kind of give it a little bit of, you know, slack for the service because I know the meal's going to be really inexpensive.
They're very nice people. My inclination in an Indian place is to order curries, because I love
Yeah,
curries.
sure.
But I noticed that the Pakistani and perhaps Indian people around me are all getting tandoori.
Tandoori.
All these sizzling platters are going by, and I'm looking around thinking, God, I wish I was with them.
Yeah.
Because that was definitely what they were ordering.
And they specialize in that. They're so
Yeah.
good at it. And
Right.
when that sizzling platter comes out and that smoke is
Pretty
just so
dramatic. Yeah, it's
fragrant,
pretty
yeah,
dramatic.
it's so good. And the portions I feel are very generous, especially with the tandooris. So
We take a lot home, too.
yeah, definitely.
Well, and it is. Let's talk a little bit about the neighborhood because it's probably not the best neighborhood in San Francisco, but you know you can often find street parking or there's parking lots
Right, we
around.
park in the
right?
street.
You park in the street. Mhm.
Right.
good.
A little nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, despite the sketchy locale, I mean, I could see that it's definitely about the food and not the service that has people coming back. Yeah, but it was overall a really good experience. But I think that if you don't have the time, then I would probably recommend going somewhere else.
All right, Liz, this is your spot, so give us a quick summary.
A colorful neighborhood restaurant full of different walks of life where you can find a home-cooked Indian Pakistani meal for very little money.
All right, and Jeff, your thoughts?
It's for the adventurous diner, and if you want to freak out your aunt and uncle visiting from Ohio, send them to Lahore Karahi.
Okay, and JR.
Lahore Karahi definitely has several standout dishes, but with a long wait and forgetful owner, how will you ever know? You know? So.
If you would like to try Lahore Karahi, it's on O'Farrell at Leavenworth in San Francisco. The telephone number is 415-567-8603. It's open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday and closed on Monday. Reservations are not accepted, and the average tab per person without drinks is around $12.